Hello everyone, this is the first episode of Dear Imi, and today we are going to discuss Anna. Now Anna emailed me, that's not her real name, but she is the first, so she's an A. Anna emailed me a few days ago, and I have to say that I have been thinking about her ever since. I'm going to read you her email. I printed it out so that I can read it to you. Dear Imi, I have been married to my husband for 40 years. For at least 36 years I have been unhappy. My 2 daughters have little to do with him because of his behaviour towards them when they were younger, and they have had therapy as a result of this. For example, who do you think you are applying to Oxford University? She did, and she succeeded. And dragging her out of bed by her ankles in a drunken stupor to verbally abuse her being 2 examples, and there are many, many more. It was a toxic childhood, and I am to blame for keeping the family together, thus heightening their pain. They have told me that if I stay with him, I will not be invited for Christmas, family events, or to play a part in their children's lives when they have children, as they can't risk him being in contact with children. They refuse to bring their partners to my home. My exclusion has already started, as they no longer visit me. I have to visit them instead because they won't come to my home. I am told I am the victim of coercive control. He is better now. He's older, and the children have left home, but I know it's because I know the rules, and I stick to them. This is my normal, and I need to know how I can finally make the break. I am frightened that when I do, he will find me and make me return. Please help. Now, that has had this effect on me because I know how she feels. Her daughters, she feels, are blaming her for staying with him. But unless you have gone through a coercive and controlling relationship, you cannot begin to know what it's like. It's like trying to describe blue to a blind man. It's blue. It's blue like the sky. Well, what's the sky like? Well, it's blue. It's hopeless. You'll never know what blue is if you've never seen it. And that's the same for coercive control. You don't know it's starting. It's subtle. It creeps up on you and diminishes you and takes away everything that was you. And in the end, you don't know who you are anymore. Your whole life is wrapped up in fear and you are nothing, absolutely nothing. Over the years, that behavior has inculcated into you the feelings of complete worthlessness, of fear, of isolation. And through repetition, that person has made you completely invisible. And it's small wonder that she is so frightened, because she has been suffering with this for 36 years. It's a kind of Stockholm syndrome where the kidnapped person eventually wants to stay or feels safe staying with the person that kidnapped them. Now, in the UK, it is illegal, and I'm going to read you the legal definition of coercive control. Coercive control is a criminal offence in England and Wales, defined under the Serious Crime Act of 2015. It involves a person repeatedly engaging in controlling or coercive behaviour towards another person who is personally connected to them. This behaviour must have a serious effect on the victim and be a continuing act or pattern of acts. For example, isolating a person from friends and family, controlling their access to money, food or transportation, monitoring their activities and whereabouts, threatening to harm themselves or the victim, repeatedly putting them down or humiliating them, using technology to monitor or control their communications, and that is more these days. Exploiting their vulnerabilities, such as immigration status or health issues. Controlling or coercive behaviour in an intimate or family relationship. Now, Anna really can't stay in that relationship, I feel, because she has spent far too much time not being the person that she is. What she needs is the courage. And at least in 2025, there is the law as a backup. I looked on the Women's Aid website. It's called womensaid.org.uk. When I think about it, my first husband was a coercive, controlling person. That was over 40 years ago when I left him. And when I left him, my children were small. I had fully thought that I would be able to have my children. What I didn't bank on was him literally throwing me out of the house with just the shoes and the clothes that I had on and the car key. No door keys, no nothing. And he told the children to wave goodbye to their mother. Now, I had spent 14 years of my life with that man. And on the day that I decided that I had had enough, I'd gone to the solicitors, I'd filed for divorce. That's when he threw me out, when I told him. But Anna doesn't have small children anymore. So she will be able to leave. and find a safe place to stay while she sorts things out legally. The Women's Aid website does recommend to not let the person know that you're going to leave. That was my first mistake, telling him I was going to divorce him and not leaving with the children. The other thing is that Anna needs to make a plan. She needs to have a little bit of money put by. And she must make sure that he is not infiltrating her phone or emails or anything. She must change all the passwords on everything and be terribly cautious. I advised her to even delete my email and her email to me, because you just don't know. At least Anna doesn't have that. She doesn't have to flee with her children because her children are adults now. I would advise her, in the meantime, perhaps if she could have a word with her neighbours, if they can be trusted, to note if they hear any noises coming from their home. She really does need to have a plan. What do you think? And please remember to keep your comments kind and helpful. Anna isn't to blame for staying with her husband. At the time, she was frightened of him. She was not the person that she is going to grow into. I was not the person that I am now when I was with my first husband. I was so completely under the thumb. I must have had a massive thumbprint on my forehead. It took years and years of repeating the same sort of relationship, but I didn't realize it. I didn't see a pattern. So my advice to Anna would be to leave secretly, but make a plan first. Even if it takes weeks or months, make a plan and tell no one apart from your daughters. Perhaps you could ask them if they would hide you. Or maybe you've got a relative that would hide you. And there's always, of course, a refuge. And he couldn't come and find you there. The other thing is that once you've left, no one on this earth can make you go back unless you give them permission. No one on this earth can make you think anything about yourself unless you give permission. You have stayed with him because he diminished you as a person. And only now that your daughters have left and you fear losing them all over again, are you becoming braver. And this courage that you are, that is a tiny muscle right at this moment. The more you exercise it, the stronger you will become. Believe me. The more you think that you can and will, you will. You will not allow somebody to take over your life, and even if you spend the rest of your life on your own, the sense of peace that will bring you is well worth leaving for. It really is. And then I would suggest you see a therapist to get over the damage that he has done to you. But please don't think that I, for 1 second, think you are responsible for your husband. He did that. Him. All on his own. He did that. And you do know what blue is like because you have lived it. Like me. Lots of love, Anna. Keep in touch. Please make sure that your comments are helpful. And if you have been, thanks for watching. Lots of love. Bye-bye.